I just wanted to come on and talk about false narratives real quick, because this is a thing that came up for me today. And so what I look at as a false narrative is things that are untrue, stories that we have told ourselves that may be untrue, stories that others may have told us that are untrue, things that we may have seen on social media that are untrue, and that halt our growth in some type of way. They stunt us and keep us in a holding pattern. And one of the things that has been, I'm sure I have a whole lot of false truths, let me just say that, or false narratives. But one of the things that has been a major constant for me is weight. It has stopped me from doing so many freaking things. And so one of the things that I was thinking about was just a few weeks ago, somebody very dear to me by the name of Tonice Gardner, please go follow her page, gifted me with some beautiful waist beads. And if you know anything about waist beads, they have an amazing rich history to them. They can be very medicinal and very healing. But something about me felt like I wasn't worthy enough. When I got the beads, I didn't put them on immediately. I looked at them, I kept walking by them, because I felt like my body was not appropriate for those beads. And what's so interesting about that is when I see other women in all body types, I don't even look at them that way, right? And somebody is real skinny, if somebody is super voluptuous and curvy, I love it and I'm inspired by it. But I could not put these waist beads on. And for me, it was so bad that I felt like maybe I was ungrateful for it. So I actually reached out to her to tell her, because of course, if you make something for someone, you want to get some type of feedback about them. And I hadn't given her any, so I had to tell the truth of why I didn't give her any feedback. And it was because of the way that I felt about myself. It was nothing against the beads themselves, and I had to let her know that. But I felt like, as an influencer, as a life coach, as a spiritual intuitive, as a healer, and even as a professor with my own students, if I am to help somebody, I have to continue to unpack my own pain, right? And so I started thinking back about, like, where's the root cause of my, I guess my negative thoughts with my weight. And so this probably was rooted in childhood. I was one who developed really, really fast. By the time I was 11 years old, I had a full-grown woman's body. And let me just say this, I didn't know I had a grown woman's body until other people told me it was a grown woman's body. And so I wasn't even thinking of anything about my body. I was still very much a child. I was a very mature child, but I was a child. And people kept saying things like, you know, there were certain ways I couldn't move anymore. There were certain things I couldn't wear anymore because my body had transitioned. And I had cousins the same age. I had older cousins, but these same things weren't said to them. They were said to me. So it made me feel like something was wrong with me. And I can remember a time in particular when me and all my cousins were wearing identical outfits. And I was pulled to the side and told, even though they were all wearing the same outfit, that I couldn't wear the outfit. I had to be mindful of how I wore the outfit because my body was no longer like them. Well, I saw a picture not too long ago, and I think I expected the picture to look so much different, but my body wasn't that much different from my cousins. I might have had a few more curves. My breast may have been a little bit larger in the picture, but it wasn't so much so that I felt like I had to be pulled aside. So I felt like, even though that person felt like they were helping me, maybe that was their own pain, and that was their own way of trying to protect me, but it really hurt me. So I wish it was explained to me, so that I could understand more of what it was that they were saying. And so I wonder, and so let me just say this false narrative of this constant weight loss thing or being a certain size has really, really impacted my life negatively. I've had opportunities, I haven't been able to receive compliments sometimes over the years. I have accepted a level of treatment from certain people as a result of the way that I felt about myself. I have not spoken up. I have not gone to like parties or things, events that I've been invited to because I didn't feel like I was the right size at the time. I've even stopped myself from going to the freaking gym because I didn't feel like I fit the mold of the body type that was in the gym, even though that was supposed to be the whole purpose and me going in the first place. But it was because of somebody's words, and people always say words don't hurt you. Man, bye, they do. And those words kept repeating through my mind all throughout the years and really kept me in a holding pattern for a really long time. And so, of course, I've had to do my own self-affirmations. My husband is definitely, help with that area of appreciating my body and helping me to appreciate my body. But I had to, or I'm having to, still overcome and release myself of these false narratives. So, maybe you can question yourself from your own false narratives. What are the things that are holding you back? What are the stories that you tell yourself? Where are they rooted from? Is it social media? Is it things or art? Is it things that people have told you over the years? Was it something that you read? Was it something that you heard in the classroom? Is it a cellular memory, something that has been passed through in the womb? What is it and where does it come from? We have to rid ourselves of these things and question it. Is it a truth? Could it potentially hurt you? Where has it stopped you or stagnated you in your own life? Because we gonna get over these things in this 2020, right? At least we gonna start the journey somewhere. So, I hope you continue to follow me over this 30-day journey. And thank you for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. Toodles! And subscribe. Like my IG page, like my Facebook page. And I just started a YouTube channel. Come there and visit me too. All right. See you tomorrow. Bye.